buddy, did you hear the news? It's track reviews.
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and we have some news. Champagne Poppy, the boy, he's back. That's right, Aubrey Graham, ever since his big blowout beef with one Mr. Kendrick Lamar, he has been on this constant treadmill, this hamster wheel, if you will, of just engaging and re-engaging and engaging again with the audience to sort of, I think, on some level, get us to forget what just happened between him and Kendrick months ago. You know, it's kind of funny because since Not Like Us popped off in the way that it did, and Kendrick had his big, like, you know, single and music video release for it, he more or less, I feel like, has been kind of silent on all of this, and understandably so, because what else is there to really add? He won the beef in terms of public reception, in terms of numbers, in terms of number of bangers. Like, for sure, there are still some wildly delusional Drake stans out there who will tell you just straight in your face without flinching whatsoever that he won the beef, which again, by every possible measurable metric other than that specific brand of psychosis, Drake lost. And again, with Kendrick taking the W, doing the music video for Not Like Us, doing, you know, the pop-out concert, so on and so forth. Everything on the Lamar front has been quiet outside of, you know, maybe some new music coming out soon. Who the heck knows when that's going to be? Knowing that it's Kendrick Lamar, it could be several years from now. Who the hell knows? With that being said, comparatively, Drake has been dropping one track after the next, either officially or unofficially through this like 100 gigs thing where he also like released a bunch of random bits of video footage and concept art and photos that I talked about in a previous video. There was also that awful Hey There Delilah cover that is definitely going to be one of the worst tracks of the year. But yeah, Drake keeps dropping. He keeps releasing stuff. Again, I think in an attempt to just make us think of other things, anything other than him taking the L pretty much. And some of these releases so far have been kind of weird. I mean, obviously that Hey There Delilah cover that I don't need to explain why that's kind of odd. Dude also had a track that was set for release with Lil Yachty, but then it ended up coming out without him. There was also recently this Benny the Butcher Buffalo freestyle track that saw an official release, but then it just like disappeared off of DSPs. And now most recently he has put out this, I don't know, I guess kind of rough around the edges presentation of the track No Face, which leaked versions of this track and teases toward it pretty much signified that Playboi Carti was going to be involved. That dude was literally on the hook of the track, and now that No Face is officially on streaming platforms, Playboi Carti is nowhere to be seen on it. I mean, either way, I'm going to give the track a listen and see if it's really worth the time of day, even if it is just like 2 minutes in length. So for what it is, let's give No Face a spin and see what it's got. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about that. I mean, it's just painfully mid. It's just painfully mid. And I mean, there are just numerous parts and bars on it that just haven't aged all that well in the wake of the beef. And the lack of Playboi Carti's presence on this track, even if the input he was originally intended to have was minimal, is like deafening, especially considering that like instrumentally, this is very much going in that Rage direction. As far as the ad-libs go that Drake is throwing into the mix, like it's very clearly something that he is pulling a lot of inspiration from Carti on. So the fact that he's just not on the track at all just makes it seem like Drake is just ripping off his vibe and not really doing it all that much justice. And again, his brags about people getting popular off of his features, again, in the wake of the Kendrick thing, doesn't really age all that well, especially since in the eyes of many, the script on that has been flipped a bit. That whole Drake bump really doesn't prove to have, you know, many long-lasting positive impacts if you're the type of artist that doesn't already have like a strong catalog behind what they do. And on top of it, it's not as if Drake himself doesn't benefit from the various features and crossovers that he does with artists from Atlanta and the like. It's most definitely a two-way street. Deeper into the track, there's that bar about his therapist putting in his notice because he just won't stop talking about beef and women and so on and so forth, which, yeah, that has most definitely led to some very not good outcomes for the boy. Finally, Drake talking about people refusing to address things to his face. I mean, yeah, overall, not a super standout track from Drake, really a throwaway that should have just been thrown away. The beat itself is also dry as a burnt piece of toast. Why is this out? Why does this exist? Especially considering that on Drake's latest LP, he's had better songs in this lane, in this style with Yeet. This track here, No Face, especially with Playboi Carti not in the mix, doesn't even hold a candle to those tracks. And it just kind of seems like, once again, Drake is wasting our time, wasting our bandwidth, wasting his time too, and he just doesn't really seem to know how to get the ball rolling again. He's lost his mojo a bit, and all of his distractions inadvertently just kind of end up pointing back to the thing he doesn't want to talk about. But yeah, there you go. Those are my thoughts on that. Let me know yours down in the comments. I'm sure you will. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Drake, No Face, forever.